What's up, Happy Family? Before I get into this flashbang, let me show you my Nerf mods. First I have a Nerf stryfe. I've actually showed this one to you before. I've modded this a long time ago, but I've updated it now. So completely all the mods are in here so all the mods I've done is rewired the whole gun, took out the restrictor, put a extended magazine release, and put a new switch in. The first three are the older ones I've showed you before, the new mag release, taking out the restrictor, rewiring. Yesterday I put the new switch in, and the switch is bigger, and I had to drill some stuff out in here to actually fit the switch in, but now I fit it in, and it's actually letting a little bit of more electricity through, so it's a little bit more powerful than it used to be, and definitely more powerful than it was stock, not modded. Okay, let's shoot the stryfe. Next is a Nerf Ruffcut. I've done this a long time ago. I modded this like months ago or something, although I've never showed this one to you before. Besides the mod, I painted this a long time ago. I just put some tan paint and a clear coat over it, but I painted this a long time ago, so a lot of the paint's wearing off from being dropped on the floor and stuff. The only things I left are the trigger, so it's still easy to pull, the little piece on the rail, and I've left the whole barrel piece here. Everything else is completely painted. The paint doesn't get in the way because I did on lots of light coats from far away, so it doesn't get bumping out or anything. It's still really easy to shoot. And what I've done is I've took out all the air restrictors. What this does is it uses a smart air restrictor system. Each little barrel has an air restrictor, 8 barrels meaning 8 air restrictors. And what that does is this gun used to shoot 2 at a time. So when you'd shoot it, the air from the plunger, it would cover up 6 barrels and only shoot the top 2, and then the next 2, then the next 2. So I took out every air restrictor. So what it does, it's just having all the air come to all the barrels. And it's less powerful because it's spreading out the air more into more barrels. Now instead of shooting 2 at a time, it shoots 8 at a time. So if I load up 8 darts and shoot it, all 8 are going to come out. So this doesn't shoot very far, but it's kind of like turning it into a shotgun kind of in a way. So it's only really useful if you're shooting somebody really close, but if you can, 8 darts are coming and you're probably gonna hit them. Okay, let's shoot the shotgun. My newest mod is this Nerf Vulcan. This is a Nerf Vulcan EBF 25 or electric belt-fed 25 rounds gun. On the outside it looks the same, besides this here having a wire sticking out. Normally there's a switch here, now it just kind of has a wire sticking out, but besides that, the outside's the same. You're probably wondering how I got this, because this gun was made in like 2008 or 2010 or maybe like 2012 I think. This gun was made a long time ago. Right now, since this is so old, it costs hundreds of dollars on Amazon or eBay. So I got it used for like $50 or something, and when I got it, it was in perfect condition, it was all working. But the thing about this Nerf Vulcan is even if it was brand new, this doesn't shoot very hard. It's not very powerful, and I wanted to shoot farther, and mainly I wanted it to shoot faster. So I wanted to put in an airsoft battery, a 9.6 volt battery. I was wondering how I'm gonna do that without the restrictor coming in, and because the motor had a restrictor connected to it. So what I did is I completely took out all the wires and rewired everything, and I had to take out all the mechanical parts, and there's a lot in this one, so it's kind of hard to put back together. But the interesting thing about this gun is it's not like any other electric gun, where whenever you hold down the rev trigger, it spins 2 flywheels and then it pushes a dart into the flywheels and spits it out. It uses a spring-powered system, but electricity powers that. So it uses a plunger and a plunger tube system to push air out, but electricity uses gears to do the plunger tube. So I took out the wires, put new wires in. I took a airsoft battery charger, a small type Tamiya charger, and I cut off the charging part, that AC wall connector part, and just plugged it into where the battery prongs go, and then plugged in an airsoft battery. And now it shoots a lot faster and farther than it used to. And you can see what I've done down there with the wiring and stuff. So what I do is I plug it in, and this makes, instead of using 6 D batteries, just 1 airsoft battery, makes the gun a lot lighter and a lot easier to move around. That's how it shoots now compared to normally. A lot faster. And when I show you it shooting darts, it shoots a lot farther. So the only problem I have is sometimes when I plug the battery and it falls down and runs into the prongs where the wires are attached to, and they're just tied onto the prongs and then soldered a little bit, just a little bit of solder, and it kind of messes with the prongs and sometimes it doesn't shoot. I mean, it shoots now because the battery's not like inside, but it's mainly when I put it in and move it around a lot and the batteries move in. So what I'm planning on doing is making a shell for something where it protects those prongs for the battery to go in and not ram into them. But I still can put it in and it still can shoot as long as I don't move it around that much. Okay, now let's shoot the Vulcan. So this is the Nerf Flashbang grenade. This is not actually made by Nerf, although you could definitely use it for Nerf, and it's mainly meant for Nerf. Though you could use it for anything else. You could use it for airsoft, whatever, and it's not a real flashbang. Basically, it has the same intentions as if you're using a real flashbang most of the time, because you kind of are trying to distract the person. So with the flashbang, usually what happens is you throw it in and it's kind of a mini explosion. Flashbangs are not meant to be lethal, they're meant to be thrown in a room, and it has kind of a mini explosion and it kind of blinds you and makes you a little bit hard to hear and stuff. So you can go in the room and clear it or do whatever you need to do. So this obviously is not going to make a mini explosion because that's probably not a good idea if you're using it in a Nerf war. But what it does is when you press this button, it has a little timer and then it uses these LEDs and it lights up like this, and it has this blinking effect. And if somebody throws it in a room and you're in a Nerf war in a room, especially a dark room, and this comes in, and at first you're going to be confused, what did this person just throw in? And then when you're thinking, what did this person come in, you're already thinking what's going on, but then this happens, and now you need to think about another thing. What is this light? And the light may kind of blind you if it's in a dark room. It may hurt your eyes a little bit, you may be distracted, and then people who want to come into the room can come in and shoot you with a Nerf gun or whatever. And it's really simple. There's one button, you press it, wait 3 seconds, about 3 seconds, and this happens. It's clear plastic, so you can see the lights on the inside. It's battery powered. So actually what's cool about this is you can change the brightness and the speed on the inside. So here's how it looks when you take it apart. Basically, in the most simplest way, you have a wire connecting to the battery, connecting to this circuit board here, and to the light. The lights is obviously the main piece, what's flashing. The battery is the main power source, and the circuit board has all the little pieces and controls on it. And we also have this piece here connected to the lights and the circuit board, and you can control the brightness and the speed. So there's 3 buttons. So whenever I turn it on here, first we have a mode demo button, and if you click that, it just does a demonstration of the different modes there could be. But that's just a demonstration. Whenever you click the middle button, it changes the different speeds you can go through. So I like to keep it at the fastest because it's the most distracting. Like that one. The bottom button, if you click it, it says light. If you click it once, it just does that. It doesn't flash. And then after clicking the light button, you can click the speed button to adjust the brightness. And I think there's like 8 different levels of brightness. So whenever we bought this, the 2 wires connected to the switch were hot glued, and it was kind of hot glued on a little bit weak, so one of the wires came out. So we didn't know that with this kind of thing we have to hot glue it, so we just resoldered the wire, but apparently the solder hit the switch a little bit and completely broke the switch. So we had to buy a new one. The original switch had a red button, and this one has a black button that's a square. The original one had a red circle. Okay, now we're gonna try it out on my brother. Hi, William. Finds cover. Remember when I said find cover? You got lucky today. Happy family, it's shoutout time. The first shoutout goes to Pepper Nerf.
The next shoutout goes to King Cobra Gamer.
The next shoutout goes to Nart Star, and thanks for your love.
The next shoutout goes to Ikra Ahmed.
The next shoutout goes to Billy Boy's little brother Raul.
The next shoutout goes to Typical SWAT Man.
The next shoutout goes to Lance Julian Akoba.
The next shoutout goes to Yash Bot. Yash, thanks for being our biggest fan.
The next shoutout goes to Extreme J5248.
The last shoutout goes to Be Good Gamer, and thanks for your compliment.
Okay, happy family, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button. Be happy. Peace out.